Welcome to the Reiki Witch Podcast. I'm Becca, your host, a Reiki master and practicing witch with a passion for blending the mystical and the practical. Whether we're uncovering ancient wisdom to deepen your spiritual practice or navigating strategies to streamline your spiritual business, this podcast is your sacred space to grow, learn, and thrive. Welcome back, my powerful little moonbeams. Today's episode is about finding your voice again and reigniting your fire. As I'm sure you know, Leo season is upon us, and this stretch of fiery, heart-led energy is here to help us remember who we truly are, especially the parts we've dimmed to make others more comfortable. This is your invitation to stop shrinking and start reclaiming. So let's begin with the story. My story. Before my professional career started, I was wild and loud and completely unfiltered. I hopped around different jobs and couldn't decide on a direction when it came to my schooling, my career, or even just life. I was the girl who danced everywhere, laughed too loud, and always said the thing no one else would. I was radiant, bold, and probably a little offensive at times. Not on purpose. I just didn't really think before I spoke. But then I got to a point where all I wanted was security, a steady income, something stable, something respectable. And when I finally got my degree and landed that full-time corporate job, it felt like I had broken a generational curse, like I'd cracked some impossible code or busted through a barrier that had been holding me back. I was so proud, and I still am. A part of me still believes I did break a generational cycle. After all, I was the first in my family to go to university and get a degree. And looking back, it felt like I jumped into a completely different timeline. But after some years in that highly structured, masculine energy-dominated work culture, I started to lose myself. I started to slowly become smaller in those spaces. Corporate culture, especially in its most buttoned up, polished form, can wear you down like sandpaper on wood, especially if you are a free-spirited, creative person. Each role, each review, each performance expectation chipped away at my edges. It tore through my uniqueness and eventually dimmed my light. I was always too much, or I needed to be more professional. But at the same time, they wanted me to, quote, be myself, speak up more, lead more. And I say be myself in quotes because let's be real. Oftentimes, corporate culture will say that, but the moment you actually do show up as your true self, suddenly it's unprofessional or it's too much. My fire, my voice, my very essence, it got quieter, dulled, breathless. And after a while, I didn't even notice how dim I had become, how much of my light that I had lost. In that environment, all my actions were rooted in fear. Fear of losing my job, fear of not getting the promotion or the raise, fear of not being liked, fear of not being taken seriously. The list goes on. It wasn't until I started my Reiki journey that I realized what I had lost. And there's a lot of different ways that people can start their spiritual awakening journey. It doesn't have to be through Reiki. My awakening and unveiling, as you may call it, was through Reiki. The moment I started to reconnect with my spirit, my inner wisdom, through energy work, it was like the veils just started to lift. I began to see again. See the systems that drained me, see the parts of myself I had silenced, see the joy I had left behind. And that's why Leo season matters so much. Because maybe you've been there too. Maybe you're there right now. Maybe you've been dimming yourself to fit in, to keep the peace, to be good or successful or easy to manage. Keeping your mask up so that you'll be accepted, so you'll be seen a certain way, so you'll be welcomed into the right circles. And let me be clear, it doesn't have to be a corporate job. That's just my story. Maybe you're the strong one in your family and you've never allowed yourself to fall apart. Maybe you've put everyone else's needs before your own, and you've slowly stopped asking for what you want. Maybe you're in a relationship of some kind where your truth doesn't feel welcome. Or maybe you're just tired from holding it all together all the time. However you got here, the result is the same. Your light may have dimmed down to a glimmer. Your voice may have become hesitant. Your spark may be a little harder to reach. But hear me when I say this. You are never too much. You are not born to blend in. You were born to burn bright. Now, before we go any further, I want to share something with you. If you own or plan to own a spiritual or wellness business and you're feeling disconnected from your purpose or unsure about your next aligned step, I created a free ritual and checklist just for you. It's designed to help you pause, ground, and realign your next offer with your soul and not just strategy. You can grab it for free at bellaruna.com. It's right there on my homepage. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for my monthly Moonbeams newsletter. It's a free email newsletter where I share moon magic, plant folklore, behind the scenes rituals, and spiritual tools to keep you inspired all month long. It's soft, nourishing, and sacred. And it is my favorite way to stay in touch with you. Now back to the episode. So how do you know if you've lost a bit of your fire? Here are just a few signs that you may have disconnected from your light. 1, you feel exhausted all the time, even when you rest. Your energy is leaking out in ways that don't nourish you. 2, you second guess every decision. That's not your intuition. That's survival mode from years of self-silencing or being constantly doubted. 3, you've forgotten what brings you joy, or you feel guilty for wanting it. Joy is sacred. Pleasure is fuel, and you do not have to earn it. If you're working with herbs or plants this season, here are a few gentle and powerful allies that can support your voice, confidence, and inner fire, especially for the throat and solar plexus chakras. First, we have calendula. This one's all about heart healing and solar energy. It helps you gently reconnect to your confidence and inner warmth. Perfect if you've been feeling a little dimmed or unseen. Next, we have cinnamon, a total fire starter. Cinnamon brings in boldness, courage, and clarity. It's great for reigniting your voice and taking up space with passion. Next, we have sunflower. Sunflowers teach us how to face the light. They support radiance, joy, and authentic self-expression. Next, we have lemon, bright, cleansing, and uplifting. Lemon clears away heaviness and helps you speak clearly and truthfully. It's great for throat chakra work as well. And then finally, lemongrass. This one clears energetic clutter and helps you move forward. If you're feeling stuck or scattered, lemongrass brings in clarity and momentum. Even just steeping 1 or 2 of these as a tea or adding them to a ritual can help you remember your voice, your spark, and your joy. And of course, you know I'm going to have a little mini ritual for you. If you are craving a simple way to reconnect with your fire this Leo season, here is a quick but potent ritual you can do tonight. Light a candle. Any color will do, but yellow, gold, or white if you have it. And then I want you to sit with yourself for just a few breaths, really come into your body, and then say aloud or whisper if that feels more appropriate for you. I return to my fire. I return to my joy. I return to my voice. I return to myself. Let the candlelight reflect your radiance back to you. Even just a few minutes like this can be a reclamation. And make sure when you're saying it with your whole body. And if you'd like the full ritual with plant magic, affirmations, and a spiritual bath to call your light back fully, be sure to sign up for this upcoming August monthly Moonbeams newsletter at bellaruna.com. And as you move through this season, I want you to practice speaking up when you would normally stay quiet, even if your voice shakes a little. Practice taking up space when you'd usually shrink yourself. Practice laughing loudly, sneezing loudly, crying loudly. Let your body express. Let your sound be heard. Now, if you're not quite ready to roar, that is okay. Even gentle things help open up your throat chakra. humming or singing while you drive or cook, speaking your thoughts out loud while journaling, saying thank you or I'm proud of myself out loud to your reflection. Now, to nourish your solar plexus chakra, your center of power, try this. Make sure that you're walking upright with your chest open. Enter rooms and look around confidently, not at your phone. Make eye contact with people, smile at strangers, ask for help when you'd normally struggle in silence. Have that difficult conversation that you've been avoiding. You don't have to be loud or dramatic right away. Just gently tend your fire through micro actions throughout the day. Because you're not too much. You are a light that is learning how to burn fully again. This Leo season is your reminder. Your voice was never too loud. Your energy was never too much. Your joy was never a distraction. It was your essence, and it's time to come home to it. If you're enjoying this podcast and want more Bellaruna goodness, don't forget to sign up for my monthly Moonbeams newsletter at bellaruna.com. I'll have all the links in the show notes for you. And just remember, you are worthy of taking up space. You are safe to shine, and you are more radiant than you know. That's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am deeply grateful for you tuning in. It really does mean the world to me. If you have any suggestions or questions about the podcast, check the show notes for a link to my inquiry form. And finally, if you loved this episode and want more like it, please like, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps this podcast get found by other fellow magical folk. And remember to keep burning bright. Until next time.